All right, so what we're going to talk about today is response magic. We do have some people that. Could you mute yourself?
I need car keys.
All right, hold on.
I'll try and help.
I'm on the phone.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm on the phone.
Okay, well,
Can we mute everybody? Let me mute everybody. All right, there we go. All right. So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about our response magic, because there's some of you that don't have it yet on your system. So we need to make sure that you get that on there. Make sure you're signed up in the right place. Use your referral link from your instructor to get that on there. We're also going to talk about switching out your links. I realized we found out earlier this week that some of you didn't quite understand when I was talking about switching out your links in your system. So we're going to go through that and talk about that some. How to add media, meaning pictures, photos, video, links to your web pages once you get them created. How to convert your page from classic to different blocks in your page, in your system. So we're going to have a full day. Like I said, we're going to have to try to cut it off today by 3, because I do have several students I got to call today, and make sure we get things started, because Rory's trying to open up in Australia. So we got to get as many instructors trained up as we can to get be ready for that influx of new students coming in. So what we're going to do is I am going to talk about your response magic first, and we'll go ahead and knock that out. Let me go ahead and close this out. We'll leave that up there. So I'm going to open up a new page, and I'm going to go to my response magic. When you get your response magic, you will probably get, when you log into it, you'll get an offer page like this, similar to it. You may or may not. This is your affiliate program. So you want to make sure that when you are doing pages for your response magic, that you are giving out your referral link. Once you get up and running, you want to sign up for an affiliate so that you can give your referral link. I've already had several people that signed up for this outside of my students, and you gain commissions every time they upgrade. This is a great tool for people to generate leads with, for other companies come in, other affiliate marketers come in, and they will use this link to generate leads with. Now, what you want to do is, after you are an affiliate, you want to come here and you're going to create your response magic page. You're going to log in, and you should see something similar to this. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to create, and you're going to go into opt-in form, okay? And when you go here, you're going to select the list. If you've never done one, you won't have a list to select from. So you're going to create a new list, and you're going to name whatever you want it to be. Since I have several of them, I'm still going to put new PBS students, okay? And then our call to action is going to be your headline. I'm going to say keep updated. And you can change the color. If you want to leave it red, you can leave it red. But if you want to change it to a different color, you can. I'm sort of a purple person. So I'm going to choose that, and you see it automatically changes. Your call to action is what you want them to do. We're going to tell them to stay informed. All right. We're not going to put a video in there. Question, it automatically comes with these 3 questions. You always want to make sure you highlight them. If they're in red, that means that they have to fill that information out before it will allow them to leave the page. This has their first name, last name, and an email address. Since it's going to be my students, I want them to include a phone number. And I also want them to include the state. That way I can know what time zone they're in. Okay. And then you want to choose a submit line. You can change that to get access. I'm going to put sign up now in caps. And I don't want it green. I want it purple too, just to stay consistent. Okay, you do not want them to use their Facebook page because all that does is allow them to use their email address. You want to have all their information that's there. Okay. No, your privacy statement, you want to make sure that your name's spelled correctly in there. Some people don't want their last name. I really don't care. My name's plastered everywhere. Do you want to receive notifications when somebody fills this form out? Yes, you do. That may not always be the case. Sometimes they will not send you a notification when they've signed up. It might come several days later, but you will not always receive an email notification. Here's the one that a lot of people are forgetting. You always want them to revert back to your web page. If you click here, it says stay on page, then it will stay on Response Magic. You want them to go here, and it's a custom URL, and you want it to be a page in your website. All right, so what we're going to do, and you can send them to your thank you page. If it's a customer, you want to send them to either your thank you page or your home page. Since this is going to be my students, I'm going to send them to my Fine Wines page because I want them to look at my wine page to let them know exactly what's coming up. So I'm going to copy this web address. And then I'm going to go back to my Response Magic and I'm going to put that web address right there. Okay. And then I'm going to submit to get my code. All right. So to go in your web page, you need this big code right here. So you want to copy all of this, copy it, and then you're going to go back to your web page and you're going to go to Appearance. And you're going to go to Widgets. And when that comes up, you're going to see this screen. You're going to see where it says left of menu, and you're going to see right side content bar. Now, what you're going to have to do, you see I have placed all these text in there. So that's what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get a text block right here. And it's going to ask you, where do you want to put it? You want to put it right to the right of content sidebar. Okay, and then you hit add widget. And it's going to be the very last one that's there. Okay, you're going to go to the tech, not the visual. It automatically comes up in visual. You're going to go to the text side, and then you're going to paste that widget in there. All of it. It's going to paste in there. And then you're going to hit save. And then you're going to click done. And that widget will be there. And then what you can do is you're going to go to visit your site. And since we put it on the right side, it will only show up on your category pages. It will not show up on your home page. We didn't put it on the home page. So we're going to come here to our category for arts and entertainment. And you will be able to see mine right there. Keep updated information. So that's how it will show up. Do not take this extra space out. That is a glitch in their computer programming. If you take this extra page out or these extra spaces out of your system or out of the programming, it will not send them to your link page. it will take it out. It'll just stay on Response Magic because you will lose your coding. Response Magic is aware of it. They're trying to fix it. They have not done it as of yet because apparently our system is the only one that it works this way on. So you want to make sure, yes, it doesn't look that great, but don't take that extra space out of there because it will not send them to your link in your homepage if you do. So that is how you do your Response Magic page. And do we have any questions on that? If you go here to review and go here where it says customer magnets, you will see all the different magnets that you've created that you can use. And you can just say get code and it will pull up all the codes still there. And you can change it or not change it, but you can save it, reuse it again. You cannot, however, go in and change any of the information that you've already created in these magnets. You have to use a completely different magnet if there's anything you want to change. I had someone come in and say, well, I want to change the link that I'm sending them to. Well, then you have to create a whole different opt-in magnet form. You can't go in and change this magnet once it's created. So that's why you always want to review whenever you come in to create an opt-in form. Before you hit that submit, you always want to make sure you check everything. But as you can see right down here, you only have that one option. You can only put one URL. So you can either send them to your home page or a page within your system, or you can create a special thank you page just for putting it here. And then whatever you put here, once they fill out this form and hit submit, then it will take them to that page you've designated for them to continue shopping or continue looking at your web page. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. We got any more questions on Response Magic? And you can create as many of these as you want. They make great tools to market with. Like I said, if you go to this customer magnet right here and you go to get code, like I have one here for my weight loss coffee, for my Valentis. And if I have I use this vertical right here that I send in my Scipio. I use it in my Instagram. I also use it in my Facebook. And if you click on this, this shows you what it looks like. And then I have another one that I use that actually has a video in it. So this one actually has the Valentis video. So it just depends on where I'm sending it. If I'm doing an Instagram, I'll send this one. That way they can see the video. If I'm doing just one on Facebook or something, usually I don't send the one with the video because it has issues with it sometime. Same thing with Scipio. If I try to put this in with Scipio, it'll give it a red flag. So it just depends on the way that you're marketing it, on whether or not it will allow you to put that video in there. But there's several different things that you can use. You can actually use this same link. If I wanted to say I was creating a page in my web page for my coffee, I could use this link in there for people to sign up to keep updated with my my web page. So there's several different ways you can use this for marketing. But this big one right here is the one that you will use in your widgets if that's the one you wanted to use. Okay. All right, we good?
Sheila, this is Wonderland.
Yes.
I have a question about Valentis. Is there any kind of way we can get like free samples of the coffee? They don't have any free samples available?
They don't do free samples. They do have a starter pack that you can get. And I usually try to get one of those with my order. Every time I order, I do the loyalty 3-pack. I always try to get that because then you get, I think it's 10 folders. They're like flyers that you fold up. They're mailers, and it has all the information on Valentis. It has a place where you can put your stamp. or your business card for your information. And then you can put 2 of the coffees that comes with the Valentis Optimum Roast. It comes in stick packs. You can put 2 of those in there. It's got the little sticky tape. Just stick it in there. You fold it up, put a sealer on it, and you can mail it. Or give it away. I always keep a couple in my pocketbook, just wherever I'm out and about, just hand them out, to people. But no, they do not give free samples out.
Oh, okay.
They don't. But that's why it's good that when you get in Valentis, it's cheaper to get the Loyalty 3 starter pack, because you're basically getting 3 for the price of 2. It's like $134, I think it is, and some change, but you get 3 packs, and you can choose what you want to get. I always get my tub of my Optimum Roast, and then my husband likes to get the energy, so I get him the energy, and then I get the starter pack, and that way I'm covered.
Is that only available online, Valentis?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can get your link. You need a referral link. If you haven't started, get your referral link from your sponsor, not your sponsor, your instructor, so that you can get logged in and get your information. Especially if you are an instructor or going to be an instructor, you definitely want to get that. You want to get your loyalty, because if you're silver or above, then you are eligible for the other compensations. So you will need the extra BV to make sure you get all the compensations that's coming to you. And that 3-pack will sustain you throughout the rest of, no matter how big you get in there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Any more questions? Okay.
What is the cost for Valentis? So I've heard some different things. What is the requirement for us
to get into Valentis? It's $20 to become an independent rep, which is pretty low. But in order to participate in the compensation plans, you have to order 1 product a month, which is 50 BV or bonus points, a bonus volume. Just like with the wine, you have to become part of the program. Same thing with Valentis. You have to become a customer in order to market it. Once you get to the ranking of silver, which means that you have, people growing up under you, then you need to increase that from 50 to 100, which is the maximum that you can do. And then that puts you in the compensation for your binary or your dual compensation plan. Up until then, you're only eligible for your fast start bonus, which is $20 for every person that comes in. Once you become a silver ranking, then you up it to the 100 BV, which is the 3 starter pack loyalty purchase, which I recommend. Any other way, you're going to end up paying too much, but get that 3 starter pack. You'll have your 100 BV, and then you compensate for your binary compensation after that.
So if we have a tight budget, from what I'm understanding we can start off by joining at the $20 level, and that allows us to be eligible for fast start bonus.
Yeah, but you have to make sure you purchase every month or you won't get your fast start bonus. So you get in for $20 as an IR, which is an independent rep, but you still have to buy 1 product every month.
Yeah. 1 product or $50 of product?
1 product. Well, 1 product is $60.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah. So you have to buy 1 product every month, or you cannot get your fast start bonus. If you have 3 customers that participate every month, that will cover your cost. And then once you get into the compensation plan and you have those 3 customers plus your other legs that are building from your downline and your cross line, which is usually your sponsor and everybody that they have, that extra money come in is just plus money. That'll be your residual income.
So very similar to the wine.
Yes.
If we get 3 customers,
Yep. Basically, if you get 3 customers, that will cover your cost of your individual purchase.
so then you wouldn't have to buy.
No, you still have to buy. Yeah, you still have to buy. You don't get anything free. You just, the money that you would make from those customers just compensate for you having to purchase yours.
Okay, so it basically reimburses what you paid out for your product.
Yes, basically you'll be buying your product, and then throughout the month when you get that fast start bonus, they just come in. I have mine put on my PayPal account, so they just send it to me every week. They calculate it on Thursday night. It goes into my account on Saturday afternoon.
Okay, so just to summarize briefly here, so join 20 for $20, and then
the thing about this is when you are in Brunette Marketing, you have the option to, if you don't know about the product, you can go to your preview landing page and it will pull up the ad and the product page. So if we go to Soap Creek and pull up the landing page, it will actually pull up the Soap Creek company. It will have the home company. It will have their philosophy, about us, allow you to shop, the blogging page where you can actually go and blog or read their blogs, and then their contact information. So usually if you go to where it says our philosophy or about us, you can read about the company itself, how it was founded, how their soaps are created, different things that you could use potentially when you are creating new articles. Or even, find out about the company itself for you to use when you're editing your article. So that's one way you can look at it. So then you can come here to this column, which is the name column, and you're going to click on the name, Soap Creek. And what that does is it generates a tracking link just for you, or basically it creates a store for you. This will be your tracking link right here. And this is what you would incorporate into your web page. All right, so what you would do is you would highlight this and you would copy it. Then we're going to go back to our web page here. You cannot do anything with this, so you don't want to change that other than if you want to change it, if you want to edit your permalink, you can. I don't suggest you do that because it's usually pretty good. But then you're going to go to your first block, okay? You're going to go to your 3 dots, and you always, if it has not been converted, it will say convert to blocks. Mine's already been converted, so I don't need to convert it. Then you're going to come to your first link, and a lot of people don't understand what a link is. When you go to your system, anything that is highlighted and underscored is a link. It's a hidden hyperlink. So what you're going to do is, if you have a mouse or a mouse pad, you're going to left click that mouse and your link will appear. All right. Then you're going to hit your little edit button or your pencil. And then it's going to put a block around your link. And then you can just highlight that link. You're going to right click and you're going to click paste, and that will paste your link you just put in there. Then you're going to come here to your 3 dots. Going to make sure this is opened in a new tab, so always make sure it's blue. Sometimes it will be gray. That means it's not open, so you always want to make sure it's blue. And then you're going to come here and hit your arrow and hit apply. And that applied that link to this phrase, so that when anybody comes and reads your article, if they click on that highlighted area, it's going to take them to that Soap Creek ad. And you're going to go through and do that with each one. Highlight, paste, open a new tab, and apply. And you're going to go through each one and do that. Now you'll run across something like this. This means when you come on, please mute yourself. I'm recording. So when you come to something like this, that means this is a web link or an HTML code. If you just click on the box, it will give you the preview information. Just hit preview and it will show you if it's a video or a picture. And then you can be able to see it from there. When you click, you see you have your pictures. When you have your picture here, your picture information will be over here on the right-hand side, and you will see where it says image and then image setting. You always want to make sure that you have an alternative text. Your alternative text will always be your focus keyword. So you want to make sure that is there. Your size is already, all this is going to be incorporated based on your picture information. This is what you need to be concerned about, your link to settings. So you always want to make sure, same as with the old system, you're going to link to a custom URL. And then this is where you're going to highlight and paste your link that you received. Always open in a new tab. So if it's gray like that, you want to click it. And then your pictures link. Now here you can write a caption. And a caption is the same thing. Is just information on the soap. And you can do the same thing with this. You can highlight it, put a link, click your link here, click your three dots, open in a new tab, and apply. So then they have another option that they could come to with your soap. And you can do that throughout your article. Here's another one. I use this one. You can write a caption here. All right. Same thing.
Do you have to have a caption?
You do not.
Okay.
It just gives them another alternative to be able to go through. And then again, here you go, you know, you're going to left click your link, highlight it, paste your link in, make sure your three dots, and then apply. And then once you finish that, you're going to go through your whole page and do the same thing. And then you're going to hit your update. And that will save your information. And then if you want to see how it's going to look, then you go to your preview. And it will show you how your page will look. So there's your page, as everybody can see it. And as you can see, there's my caption that I put up under my two phrases. But they can also click on that, and it takes them to my Soap Creek page. So now they can come and view and shop for Soap Creek. So it just gives them a second alternative to come and shop on your page. So that's how you're going to post your links. And so when I tell you, you know, change your links, the links that you have with your system, that came with your system, are Rory's. So you always want to make sure that you've changed your links to your link from whatever marketing house is associated with your page. A lot of people are having trouble with ClickBank. This is ClickBank. And you always want to make sure that you're going to your marketplace and you're typing in either whatever product you're looking for, or you can use the ones down here. Like for the one for the cooking oil, the coconut oil. So you could come here and just click on the actual tab for cooking and search there. Like this one is in your web page. I know that one is. Here's another one for coconut oil that you can use as a substitute for the coconut oil that's in your web page. And so all you would do is you would click promote. You don't have to type in a tracking number. That is totally optional. And then you're going to create your hop link or generate your hop link. And this right here is your link, just the HTTP. So this is what you would copy. And then you would come back to your web page. Okay. And you would go to your cooking, food, and wine. I think I took mine out, but it might still be in there. Yeah, 9 reasons to do coconut oil. So you could come there and do the same, excuse me, do the same thing. I'm just going to put it in edit mode. See, it says in classic. You're going to click on the word classic, come over here to your 3 dots, convert to blocks. And again, it's got your preview, your information.
Now the word classic only shows up on the very first block,
Yes.
and that will satisfy for the entire.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That will take care of the entire page. So then we're going to come here. Open a new tab and apply. So that's one of the things. Same thing with our picture. Let's see if this picture is linked. Yep. So we're going to come over here to our picture. So we're going to put coconut oil. We're going to hit custom URL. I got a different link in there, but that's okay. Paste. Open in a new tab. All right, so that's how you're going to go through and do that, and you'll just go through each one, and you're going to click each one of those, change them out. Looks like I have a couple of different programs in here with mine, and then once you get those done, you're going to click update your page, and that will save all of your information. So that's how you're going to use ClickBank. It's fairly easy to me. I just find it's easier to use the category pages instead of the search buttons, because then I know I'm going to be going to my cooking department, information. I'm looking for cooking. If you want to look for green products, or I just found some good ones on the solar health. Found it in, what was I looking up under? I think it was Home and Garden. There's a bunch in there for solar, because I know the solar panels that we were using, they're no longer using those anymore. So if you still have that on your system, this has some great solar information products that you can substitute in there in your solar pages with. So that's how you can use ClickBank. CJ is another program that we use that generates a whole lot of stuff. And so when you go to CJ for whatever products it is, after you've gotten your approval to join CJ, you have to get approval for each individual company that's in there. It doesn't automatically approve you for all of your information that's there. So then you want to go to your advertisers and search for whatever advertiser you're looking for. Like I said, a lot of people, Amy Clubwear is one of the advertisers that you have in your system that Roy has approval for. I can't get approval in North Carolina for Amyware. They do not advertise or market in North Carolina. So that's when you're going to come and do the same thing. If you know you're looking for a clothing company, go to your category and you want to look, for clothing and apparel, and then just hit your search. And once you hit your search, then you have all your information for all your clothing companies, and you have to click join program. And once you click join program, it'll tell you, it's going to pending. They have the option to view it manually. Usually once they do that, they will get back with you in a couple of days. Sometimes before the end of the day, they'll get back with you, send you an email. Also, they will send you an email up here. You actually have an email box here that a lot of companies will come in and give you information there in your email, tell you that, see, your application wasn't approved, or if you got new programs. Here's one, they got a new coupon that they're coming out with. Like FlexSpot, they're terminating their affiliation. So you got different categories that you want to keep looking at in your email. Also, when you come to CJ and you haven't heard from anybody, there's another option that you can come here and look. If you come right here where it says task, it will tell you all the information that's going on. Like right now, I got 6 links that are invalid that people's clicked on. So that means I need to go back to my system. If I click on this, they'll tell me what the links are. And I can download it and open it up, and they'll tell me what the links are that I need to go in and fix. This one right here is telling me that I have 10 different companies that have changed their programming. Either they've changed their commission rate, or changed, something in their programming that I've agreed to beforehand has changed. So I need to go in and look and read it, and then I have to accept those new offers. Same thing here. You're going to see review offers pending. Sometimes they won't send you an email. It's right here. You have 30 days to check this. If you don't check it within 30 days, they automatically assume that you've rejected them. So you'll have to reapply for them. So always check that task menu. So you want to come here and it will tell you the different offers that you have. So I have 11. And what you would do is you would come here and check this box and check accept offers. And some of them you have to do individually. So then what I do is I come here and accept the offer. Accept the offer. These automatically update Healthy Directions. I got an email from them. It was good. Same here. And so that's what you always want to make sure they actually up their percentage from 7 to 8%, which was great. And ZooBooks. I didn't have ZooBooks before. I have it now. So they're telling me that they are sending me the offer to do ZooBooks. So that's great. That's one I've been waiting on. So now I have ZooBooks. So then what you can do is go to your links and you're going to hit search. Now, when you go to links, that pulls up only your links. So you're not going to have anything that you have to get approval for. All of these are your links that you can use to advertise with. So again, once it comes up, because I have quite a few, it will pull them up in alphabetical order, starting with numbers first. And I do the same thing. I use the category pages because it's just a whole lot easier to go in and search for categories. And then I can come here, whatever I'm looking for, I can just click it. I am looking for home and garden because I'm doing something later with that. So then I will come here and I do my search. And it's going to pull up everything that I have for home and gardening materials. Like this one is lighting. And I know I want to use that lighting link. But then I can go through and I can find all of my companies that I have that has anything to do with home and gardening as classified. Like here's apartment. And then what you would do is you find one that you like, furniture built to last, and you would click get code. And it will have your you have your HTML code, your JavaScript code, and your link, your click URL. You always want your click URL. That's the one you're using in your web page. And then you would highlight it, click to copy it, and then you're going to take it to your web page. And you're going to find the site that you're going to use it on. And mine is going to be in my drafts. Okay, so then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to come in. This is a page I've been working on today. I haven't even done a whole lot to it. Just getting my content. So this one's going to be in furniture, but we're going to do buying new living room furniture. So let's do living room furniture. I'm going to put that as a link. Do my 3 dots, open in a new tab, and apply. So there's my link for that. So if I come here and click on this link, it's going to take me to that apartment 2B so that people can come and shop for apartment furniture. So that's how you go about creating your links and getting links from the various different programs that we have to offer. Okay, so based on that, do we have any questions on creating your links, changing out your links?
Sheila, it's Constance.
Yes.
I got stuck with the little link thing up there. Okay, I put my link thing that I got, and then when I went to apply, this little other thing popped up with I didn't know how to get rid of that before I applied, and it had that little
yes,
link icon. Yes. And I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure when I click on it or why I clicked on it.
Okay, if you have an underline like here, okay, so here's your link. If you're changing your links like we did the other night, you want to click on this one, and it's going to pull the link that's in there. Now, what you have to decide is that your link or if it's Rory's link. If you're unsure, always recopy your link and put it here. So this is just going to pop up to let you know what you're doing. This is your toolbar. So it's telling you, you can either unlink it, which means take your link completely out if that's what you want to do, but you don't want to do that. You want to change your link. So then all you need to do is use the edit pencil, and you're going to click on your edit, and you're going to highlight all of this information. You can do one or two things. If you're comfortable, you can just click paste and paste yours in there, or you can hit your backspace button or your delete button, take it completely out. Then you're going to paste your link in there and then do your 3 dots, open in a new tab, and apply. This is just your toolbar for you to use. For those people that have broken links and you don't have anything in there that you can replace it with yet, then that's when you would use this broken link or unlink. You would just take your link completely out until you found something you want to put there.
Okay, I got everything that, yes, we did the other night with the delete, putting mine in, getting Rory's out, apply, draft, save, but I still don't understand about that icon link. I'm sorry, I just am not getting it because I put my link in, but then a little thing popped up underneath when I went to apply. Just tell me about the link again. I'm not understanding.
Okay. No problem. We can. So when you go to get your link right here, it's going to pop up. This is the link that's existing there now. And all you want to do is change it out. So then you would hit your edit button.
Okay. I guess I got all that. I guess, okay. So I guess what I wasn't understanding is I remember we, highlight, blah, blah. And remember, we didn't discover how Mac does it, but then we discovered it.
Yeah.
And then I went to, all right, delete, then I pasted mine, and then I went to the arrow. Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, you go to the dots first. After you paste yours in, you go to the dots. And then you're going to get this tab right here that says open in a new tab.
Right.
So you want to make sure if it's brand new or not, if it's gray, you want to click. Make sure it opens in a new tab.
I tried.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You want to make sure. And all you do is click that button and it should turn it to blue.
Okay.
And then you're going to hit apply.
Right. Right.
And now this will stay there until you click off of it. When I say click off of it, that means click anywhere on the page other than there.
Right.
And it goes away.
So I always I always click on that icon link to do my
No, you don't. No, you don't have to do this one at all. The only one you will be doing is this little button right here.
All right, I got that. I don't know what.
Yep. Yeah, you don't need, this is just going to show up showing you that this is a toolbar that you have access to.
Okay.
You don't need to use it at this point when you're changing your links.
Okay, like I said, I thought I'd done everything, and then when I went back to look, I had this something else popped up that definitely was not my.
Well, when it happens again, you take a screenshot of it and send it to me. We'll figure it out.
Thank you, dear.
You're
Sorry,
welcome.
everybody.
Oh,
That
no
was-
problem. We'll figure it out. You just take a screenshot of it and send it to me, and we'll figure it out. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. We have any more questions on links?
Hey, Sheila.
Yes.
You can hear me now. Yay.
Yes.
I was having such a hard time there. In doing those links like that, what I have found, how do you get that program thing to pop up there so that you can click on it to add a link?
Okay. What you're going to do, since this is the page I'm creating, what you're going to do is you just find a word or a phrase that you want to put your link in. And you need to go ahead and have your link available that you want to do. So then, like I said, this one was one on furniture. I have here's for flower arrangement. So let's go back to CJ. And let's click in flowers. I got to get rid of this category. All right, so I'm going to come here and type in flowers for my keyword. And it's going to pull up my flowers, red roses. We can use roses. All right, I'm going to click on Get My Code. I'm going to come here to my click URL, copy, and I'm going to come back to my page. And right here, flower arrangements. I'm going to highlight that word, okay, that whole phrase. And you see I got my toolbar up here.
Okay.
And then you see my link button. I'm going to click on link. And it's going to put this bar up under my phrase that I had.
All right.
I'm going to hit paste, and there's my link. I'm going to hit my 3 dots to open in a new tab. And as soon as I hit apply, that phrase is going to highlight with an underline.
Right.
And there it is. So now
my struggle is that when I put my link in that, when I erased the link that was there before and I put a link in there, when I go to the 3 dots and go to, because it doesn't always pop that up underneath, it throws a page out and you got to go up. I've seen another one that you did where you have to go into that block, go up top and click that dot and update. And then when I get back to my link there where it was, it's gone.
Okay.
Like,
And yep. And the reason that happens is because this new program has an automatic update. So if you're working in a block and that automatic update is going, it will not save anything while it's updating. I've discovered that. And the way you know. Yep. The way you know it's updating is right here where you see published. All this here, it will look like, I call it the barbershop syndrome. You know, the little red and white thing for the barbershop that it had in front of the barbershop. Okay. This will have blue and gray, or blue and a lighter blue. And it'll be circling, you know, back and forth. And it'll be saying automatic save. It'll have a word here to be saying updating or automatic save.
Right.
If you see that happening, whatever you're working on is not going to save. It's going to save everything prior to that. So you'll have to come back and redo it.
Okay.
So that's usually the issue if you're working on it and all of a sudden it won't save, and then your screen will blink or whatever, and you'll come back and it's like, okay, where's my information? It was saving. It was doing an automatic save. Now, that doesn't mean that it's publishing it. It just means that it's saving your information, just like on Word document. When Word document saves it, you know, at a certain point, that don't mean that it's published. You have to actually hit publish for it to publish.
Okay.
But it will save it. So if it's in saving mode while it's, you know, going back, updating, automatic update, and you're working on something, you will have to come back and reapply that information.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to keep an eye on that because it's
Yes.
just been so frustrating that my link keeps disappearing and over. I'm doing it, and I hadn't noticed anything going on up top. So
Yep.
I'll have to take a look.
Check it out, and I haven't gotten the interval that it changes, or that it updates, but it's less than a minute or two, and then it'll do an automatic update. So yeah, just look at it and you'll see it every once in a while. Like I said, it'll have like little streaks up here in blue, and it'll actually, where it says save draft beside it, it'll say automatic update or updating.
All right. Well, I see that when I hit the update key, it does that. I see that at the top when I do that, and I have to wait before I do anything. But I hadn't noticed it doing it while I was working on it.
Yeah, it does it the whole time that you're working, in the background. And if it's doing it while you're working or typing anything, you'll have to come back and redo it from the point of where it started the update.
All right. Well, cool.
Yeah, I learned that too the hard way.
All right. Well, and I wanted to ask you, I couldn't get my mute off to ask you about that thank you page, which you talked about before, but I can get you to talk to me about that later. But
Go ahead. We can do.
How do you bring in the thank you page? Where do you put it? I mean, how do you come up with it?
If you don't have one in your system, if you go to your system and type in your search, you can search your own system.
Okay.
So you can come here and search and type in thank you and see if you have a thank you page in there. If you do, then you just go ahead and edit it. And then you will get your URL up here, and that's what you would copy and put there. And if you don't have one, then you create one, or you can use your front page, your home page. Because your homepage should have a thank you where you're thanking people or saying stay updated.
Thank you for stopping by.
Exactly. Yeah. You can use that also. Just make sure that you update it periodically. If you got some new things, like, on the webinar this morning, Paul has his for Valentine's. He's got a new post up there for Valentine's, and he, like I said, he'll change it later. I don't rotate mine out. Some people do for the holidays. I just create pages in my system. That way my page stays the same. That's a totally personal preference. So you could actually come and create a post for your Facebook. Create a post for your website. Or, use your thank you page, your home page, and put that in that link in your Response Magic so that they can come to your home page and then see everything.
Awesome. Well, I just learned something new today. Thank you.
See, there you go. All right. Do we have any more questions on posting? Changing our links out.
Sheila?
Uh-huh.
So once we get accepted by approved for affiliate, we come to our page, just create a page in order to advertise for them?
You can create a page, or if you already have anything that came with your system that you can utilize, you can do that too. I do both. Your system came with what I call a template. That's what I tell my students. It's a template. That means you have the option to change it to your discretion, to make it more personable. And I do all the time. I'll come in and change different companies for the same article and just change out my information. So, or you can write new information. That's totally up to you. But if you have something in your system that you can utilize that affiliate for, especially with the clothing and apparel that came with your information, like I said, clothes and affordable fashion, I couldn't use this one here because it was AmiWear. And like I said, I can't get AmiWear in North Carolina. Okay. So I just got other clothing fashions or clothing affiliates that I put there and just changed some of the wording around. And then if I get approval for new affiliates, I might change a couple of the links out in here. Or I might create a whole new page. It just depends on how I feel and what my time constraints are. But for Google approval, and this is just for Google approval, and to get more traffic to your system, it's good to do both. Update your links periodically in some of your, more popular pages, and create new pages. Because Google likes to see new stuff. They don't want to come and look at your system when you first get approval for it and then come back 2 months later and nothing's changed. It's all the same. They can pull your linking. You don't want them to do that. So you want to try to add as much new stuff, relevant stuff as you can. So if you get new affiliates, then yes, definitely create new stuff, but still go in and refresh some of your stuff that's in there.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
So Sheila, I don't know if this is the right time for me to ask this, but can you show us how to go, when you go to block, can you show us how to get back to Classic? Because I'm still having an issue with that.
Usually, if it doesn't give you the option to go to Classic, and you have to, when you go to your block, when you click on your actual block, you see this information right here.
Yeah.
This tells you what you're using. So it's telling me I'm using a paragraph block. Now, if it's already there, sometimes it will not give you the option to change the block, or it only gives you certain options. So like with this one, it doesn't give me, it says I can transfer, but this is the only thing I can transfer it to. Okay. So if you wanted to create and put it in a Classic block, then what you would have to do is copy your information. Oh, I didn't want to go that far. So what you'd have to do is copy this block, if that's the information you wanted. Okay. And then you see this plus sign. You would click on that plus, and then that's where you could come and create a new block. Now, this is your commonly used blocks that I use all the time. But then you're going to come here to, I think it was formatting. You're formatting, and then you can go to Classic.
Okay.
All right, and you see it says Classic, and then you can paste that one in there. And then if you wanted to, then you're just going to go here, and then you're going to remove this block, and then it's going to put your Classic block in there. And then
sorry.
Oh, and
I
then,
didn't mean to interrupt, but
fine.
I just wanted to say this is where you can do the different colors on just words.
Yeah, you can hear it's just like before. You can go in and change your color. If you want to change your color to a text, you can come here and change that one word. If the subheading, you cannot change your subheadings into Classic unless you do the same thing. When you do a Classic, then you have to change it to the subheading. But yeah, you can do here, still go, do your same thing with your link. Everything's the same as it was before they changed it.
So
but
you
now
can do your link in color too.
Yeah. So, but if you've already created a block, and you decided, hey man, I'd really like to do that in Classic, then if it does not give you the option when you click on that block, in this paragraph right here in this section, if it doesn't give you the option to convert it, then you're going to have to copy that block and create a new block to put it in, and then that's where you choose your Classic block. So if it's already there, it won't let you convert it to Classic. You have to create a Classic block.
But I didn't think I thought that was the whole purpose of the upgrade, was to change the Classic block.
It's different. It's a different Classic block. A lot of people's getting that confused. It's a totally this is a Classic block that is an option.
It's still a block, but it's called Classic.
Yes, there you go. It's still a block, whereas the other format is Classic format, which you can't use. This is actually a Classic block, which is a block format, but they're using the Classic form. So that's why it's available.
Yeah, okay. It's still a block.
Yeah, it's still a block.
And you don't have to convert it back to block after you make the color changes, right?
You can, and it stays the same.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would suggest you do, just so that everything's in the same format.
Okay.
Because I would suggest you do. Just make sure that you're finished, whatever you want to do, Because again, once you convert it back to regular block form, paragraph form, you can't go back and change it back to classic.
Oh, you only get one chance?
Yep.
Sheila, what's the difference between the classic and the block?
The classic was the format that we used before, and you had more options with it. You could actually change your link, change your color backgrounds. It was just a little bit more user-friendly, but it was a little antiquated. So they updated everything. And just put it in blocks. They're still working on some of the formatting. WordPress is, so as soon as they get that option back, they're trying to implement a lot of that option that we had with the classic blocking. Because see right here, everything is here in your toolbar in classic. Whereas here, everything is not, the toolbars are all individually separated. Whereas in classic, everything's right here. So once you go in and work in this classic mode, you know, where you can change your paragraph, put your heading in, everything's completed right here. But once you get finished with it, you have to convert it to blocks, to the regular block format. So if you wanted to change, you know, add color, you can do your whole page in classic block form. But once you finish each block, you have to convert it back to the regular paragraph or header or whichever the format it's supposed to be in. But then it keeps whatever setting you had. So if your links were different colors, they stay. If your wording's different colors, it stays. Whereas with just the regular block, this is all you have is the information over here. This is all you can use is what's available over here. So you just have your text settings, you know, which is your normal size. You have your drop cap. You don't have drop cap availability with classic. Color settings, you only have the option to change your background or to change the text. You can't change individual words like this. You have to change all the words or change the whole background. So that's one of the things, you know, so if I wanted to come here and say, I want to change the background of the wording to blue, it changes the whole background. Whereas in classic, it didn't do that. So, you know, that's the thing. If I wanted to change a word, I can't change the word, but I can change the whole paragraph. In classic, you can't change, you have to highlight and then change the text coloring. But if you just wanted to do one word, you can't do that here. You have to do the whole thing. Classic, you can do individual words.
So we go into the classic block to highlight or change different words of different colors or highlighted for such as a link. And then it's already in the block format though, isn't it?
No, it's in a classic block, but for it to save properly, you still have to convert it so that your whole page is a universal block.
And it will save all the highlighted colors?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, so once you convert it back, because see with this one, see I changed that word when it was in classic. Then when I converted it back to regular block format, my word stayed the same.
Gotcha. Now, if that were a link, it would do the same thing with the link then.
Yep, it would stay the same. So if you came in here and you worked it in classic and you changed that information and the link was the same color and everything, when you converted it back to regular blocking, that all your color changes would still be the same. Whereas now, if you're in regular block mode here, in all your color formats are in blue. It defaults to blue, but if you're in classic, and if you're in classic, it changes. Yeah, whatever your color is, it stays when you convert it back, so you don't lose your color changing.
Okay.
Can you go over one more time that if we do something, we can never get it back to classic? Was that the?
Yeah, like
you said
this,
if we change.
Yeah, like here, I have this whole block in classic. And if I go in and, you know, write any kind of information in here, like I said, this is a work in progress that I was doing this morning. let's see. Hold on. Let's go ahead and do this one. We'll do this one. So let's convert this to classic since I already got some furniture stuff up. Hold on. All right, so we're going to copy this, create a new block, classic, paste, and then I'm going to remove this block. All right, so here's my classic. So let's say I want to come in here and we did flowers, so I'm gonna come here and look for curtains. See if I got any affiliates that do curtains. Okay, here's one that does bedding. Wolf Collection, free shipping. I like free shipping. Well, let's do that one. All right, so I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna click on my click URL, copy. Let's go back to my page. Let's make some curtains, faucets, knobs, cabinets. Could you mute yourself, please? All right, so then we're going to sit here and go to update your bedroom. I am going to get that link. I'm going to paste it in there. Open link in a new tab. And you even see, even your link tab's different, so you're going to have to be aware of that.
That's the classic way.
Yep, this is the classic. All right. Okay, and you can't open in a new tab in Classic, but I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna change my color to purple. All right, so there's my link and it's in purple. And let's see, I wanna get another one for, let's go and do, kitchens.
You read my mind.
Oh, I got to redo mine. I was looking at it last night. Yeah, mine's, so here's one for appliances. So we can do appliances that I have. We're going to do appliances. And copy. And new faucets. We can say that's appliances. And I'm going to do my link, apply, and let's change that color, appliances, to orange. All right, so then I have that in there. So I've updated those two, and I'll probably come back and play with it some more. Convert to blocks, my colors change, stayed the same. But then I want to come back here, and I want to make sure I open it in a new tab because it doesn't allow you to do that in Classic. So you're going to come back here and open in a new tab. But see, when you do that, it changes your color. So there's still some glitches to it. I will play with that and work it out. But it should have, but it won't allow you to open in a new tab in Classic. Again. So, but it does change your color back when you open in a new tab, but you do want to make sure it opens in a new tab. So I'll probably send an email to WordPress again about that too. But
so there was no point coloring it orange because it just went back.
Yeah, because it, and I knew that, and I don't know, it just left my mind. Like I said, 4 o'clock is early to be getting up, but it'll be all right. I'll have with another couple of weeks, I'll be done. But I'll be checking up on that, because that shouldn't have changed. It should have allowed you to change that color and stayed with the new tab. So I'll work on that and update it.
Sheila, I saw that block came up where you had to go in and click on that block to tell it to do that deal, and you had to update it, and then you came back and yours was gone too, but you went ahead and resubmitted the link in that line.
Yeah, it
so
left.
It's just for Classic?
For
Classic?
Yeah,
okay.
for Classic. And
I was just trying to figure out why that was happening to me. Was it because the block was in Classic instead of
it could be, yeah, if it's Classic, because it was there until I told it to post it in a new tab. As soon as I told it to open in a new tab, it messed it up. So that's a glitch I got to work out. Because the wording I know will stay. It's the link, because we can't open it in a new tab, that won't stay. But you can change your words. Your link's the only thing that's going to change your color. But your wording, you can leave that. Your wording and everything will stay the same. Even if you want to go in and put a subtitle, a subheading or heading, you can go into Classic, where it has paragraph up here. See where it's got paragraph? You can do the same thing with the heading. You can do subheading. Let's see.
So with earrings and necklaces and then bows, ribbons, and hair ties, would those be 2 subheadings?
Yes, those are 2 subheadings. And I actually have a request on my Facebook and Instagram for people to send me their DIY stuff.
What is that?
Their do-it-yourself things. Yeah.
I started to ask you about that earlier. Just leave it alone.
Yeah. No, and it's good, because then that way you get feedback from people. And because I tell them, go look at my website, tell me if you would like to be associated with my website, and send me your DIY projects for my websites. What I told them that I have one lady, she sent me her information. Let's see if I can get it to pull up, which was great. I told her, I said, I would have never thought about this, but she was having trouble putting all of her jewelry up. And so this is what her husband did. He went and got a screen door, and or an old door that they had, and he put a mesh screen behind it as soon as it comes up.
Black.
Yeah, he put some screen. Yeah, my program's loading. I got too much stuff running. Okay. He put a screen up. It's just going to take it a minute. I don't know why it does. It was doing this. I got to clean out my computer. I got too much stuff. But you can see, I want it to pull up a big picture. Come on. So you want to make sure that you are using your website to the best of your advantage. Okay, we got that. Blocks and Classic. All right. So do we have anything else as far as making sure your links are there? Because we got one more thing to go over real quick.
Sheila?
Mm-hmm.
I do have a question on my Bitcoin.
Okay.
There's a link for a video on my page, but the video, when I try to play it, it won't play. So how can I find the code for that video and put it back in?
Is when you say it won't play, is it grayed out with a sad face on it, or it just won't play altogether?
Let's see if I can find it.
Okay. Because I know there was a couple of pages where the video was overlapping some words, And if that's the case, then you're going to have to go into to 1f16.com and copy the original and then paste it back into your page and delete what's in there to get that fixed. If the video is dead, and there is one in Bitcoin that the video is dead, it's not there anymore. I think it's on mine too because it goes to a broken link. Where is it at?
Okay, on my screen it just shows like a gray. It's got the play button, but behind the play button it's just gray, kind of like a cassette tape.
Yeah, that means the video is no longer active. I think it's this one right here because mine's still here too. Yeah,
yes,
like that. Yeah, that means that video has been taken off of YouTube, or they've removed it for whatever reason. And the only way you can do that is you're going to either have to go find another YouTube video or just remove it. So when you go to edit, you can just click remove the block, or get with your instructor and they'll tell you how to go in and put another video in there. And it's really easy to do if you go to YouTube. We'll do that now because I got to fix mine, so we'll fix it.
You know, it's no wonder I can never get to YouTube because I always spelled it capital YouTube.
Yeah. And so we're going to go to Bitcoin mining. And usually you want a short video that makes sense, that's not too wacky. Like this one's 1 minute and 56 seconds. And then I think the one that he had out there was for what's his name? I can't think of what his name is, but like here's the one that tells you how to mine Bitcoin. So what you have to do is just go through and listen and see which one you want to put on your system. And you know, just I see that's in a whole different language. I don't want to put that on there. So if I can't read it, I'm not putting it in there.
Because chances are nobody else can read it either.
Exactly.
Unless they're from that country.
Exactly. How to mine using a laptop. I mean, that would be simple, but you know, you could, like this one, here's another one, Bitcoin mining explained. So it just depends on, I'm gonna use this one. It doesn't look like it's too far-fetched. Let's see.
Sheila, seeing I'm a Mac and I can't do this, this is something that I shouldn't even worry about?
No, you can do this on Mac. The only thing you can't do on Mac is computer. You can't mine computer, but you can still do all this, everything. The only thing you can't do with a Mac or an Apple computer is actually download the Smart Miner. But you can still download the computer information. You can still use that in your website, and you can still market it.
Hey, what about 32-bit?
You can still create your pages. Your pages are still there. Okay. So that doesn't hinder you from marketing it. The only thing that it stops you from doing is actually using that Smart Miner download. So even if you have a 32-bit or a Mac or an Apple computer, you still want to do those pages and still get your computer link. So you're going to go to your computer, download, get your computer, do all your information that's there, get your link, put it in your pages, and market that computer link. Okay, so here is, so we're going to go here and let's see. We're going to delete this block because it's an HTML. So we're gonna move this block, but then we're gonna put another one here. And we want to use a video block. All right. And you see where it says here, you can upload it if you have it on your computer. You can get it from your media library, which is your, desktop, or if you have a Dropbox, or you can insert a URL. Now, if you go back to this video, once we started playing it, if you right click it, it gives you the options that you have for this video. So we want to copy the video URL. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to click on that, and it copied it. So then you're going to come back to your page, and it says insert, and then you're going to paste that video URL you copied, and you're going to hit apply. And then there's your video.
Cool.
Okay. And same thing here, again, with the caption, you can put, all right, so then I'm gonna put mine for free, and I'm gonna come up here, grab my link, and I'm gonna highlight this, put my link in there, and I'm done. So there's a new picture. I've told them to download SmartMiner for free. Then I'm gonna update that page. You see how that updated with those blue lines?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it does when it updates automatically. You see how those blue lines, and that's saving. So anytime you see that happening while you're working, just stop until it's finished, or you'll have to redo it again.
Okay.
So that's how you change the video. Is you just have to delete it and then add another video block. A video block, and then put your video in it, and then go from there, and then make sure you update. Then you have a new video.
Okay, real quick, go back to how you get to adding a video block when you went from there.
All right, so what you're it's the same thing when you go to your ad.
Okay.
You will have the listing, and you see where it says video.
Okay.
So you just want to click the video, and once you click the video, you always want to do the insert the URL, unless you have it in your system. Like some people, they take videos all the time, and they actually download it into their iCloud. So if you have a video in your iCloud, then you can either upload it or, get it from your library. But since we got this one from YouTube, and we just got the URL and put it there.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Like, where did you get? I call it. We did too much other stuff. How did you get there?
Oh, how did I get where?
I was just rephrasing what I'd said, trying to get you, and you went over it. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, and YouTube's a great tool. Anytime you want to, splice up or spruce up your page, say, hey, this would be a great place for a video. That would be the perfect place. If the video is encrypted, or they won't allow you to use it, when you right click it, it will not give you these options. So that means that you have access to use it. If it has copyrights on it, then it won't give you the option to copy them. So that's what you want to be aware of. If you find a video and say, hey, I would really like that, and you go to right click it and it gives you no options, then that means it's a copyrighted video. You can't use it. You have to actually get permission, and usually that means you got to pay for it. So that's how that works, and it's real simple. And then, like I said, I use mine all the time. In my, I did update you. Did I change it again? A lot of pages I create, I try to put a video or a link or something in there. Same thing with my DIY. When I get ready to finish with Get It, I'm going to pull some videos off of there on some stuff. I got people that's sending me videos, where they did stuff, so I'll be using that. I think I showed y'all last week when I did my my romance page for my dating. I put the Marilyn Monroe video in there for you. She was singing about diamonds. So yeah, you want to, you know, you can use all kind of, like right here, you know, it's a minute and a half, you know, and so I've got a lot of hits off this. So,
I
you
think
know,
everybody loves Marilyn.
yes, she's classic, you know, and she's my advertisement for my diamonds. So there's all kind of ways you can use YouTube for your information. The other thing I want us to do, if we don't have any more questions about our links.
A question on when you do media and text, there's no way to get words colored with that, correct? Because that can only be done in block? Or
no, you can do the media and text, and gotta remember where it's at, Common Blocks. I thought it was in Common Blocks. So you can do media and text. It does the same thing. You cannot do media and text in classic form because then it takes the picture out. So this is the only thing, and you can change where you want your text and your media. If you want your text on this side, you can, you know, have your video over here. I hit the wrong one. You can, you know, change your text, put your comments over here and your picture over here, or you can change it and put your, you know, however you want to do it. So hold on, got some talking. So that's the, you know, so once you do your media and text, it works separately. So what did I put here? So we're going to upload some media here, and we're going to go to my DIY. There we go. And this is another great idea I got, and I'm going to try that. They took the cookie molds or candy molds and put concrete in them. Isn't that great? I was like, wow, I like that. And then your content here.
What did they do with them? What did they do with the molds?
They took concrete.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And gelatin molds.
Wow.
And all right, and then, you know, so there's that. And then you can change, you know, to medium for your wording. You can change your font size, your picture, mobile. And because this picture is here, I can't really downsize the picture because of the way it came in. So it was going to have to be kind of big because of the way the picture is. Now I can make it smaller, and then I can make my text bigger. And then this will be great as a drop cap. And then let's change my color on my background to be yellow. Nah, that is not complimentary. No, I don't like that either. That'll work. And then you can, oh. So that's the way you can do that. And you can come back and add more if you want to. I can add more, wording here, create a bigger paragraph, but that's how you would get your picture. When you see that dot, you can, increase it, decrease it, your picture, and then you just play around with it once you get finished to see how you like it, if it's the way you want it to be, and, just play around with it to get it the way you want it to look. And then you can come back here and you can put, you can link words here. You can't link your picture. That's the only thing about the media and text is you can't link your picture, but you can link your words in your picture, or wording that's here in your content for whatever you want. Oh, I spelled it wrong. There we go. So, come on. Okay. All right. So, I'll come back and fix that. So we're going to save that to draft again. So this is just an article that I'm going to be working on, probably the rest of the day and tomorrow, getting some stuff done. And that's why, like I said, always going to be working in your system, adding your pictures. If you don't have pictures, you can always, like I said, go to Google, pull pictures out, put them in your Dropbox. I've created folders for mine. So when I come to my Dropbox and go to my blogging pictures, everything is in a folder. And I can just pull up those folders at my discretion, and say I want something for chocolate. There's all my chocolate. So it just depends on how, you want to arrange everything. So does anybody have any questions about adding pictures or videos to their website?
I have another question on our old WordPress. On one of the, I think it was on intimates or clothing, or there's, how do I say this? Content on the left side, then there's an image in the middle, and then content on the right side. We can't do that anymore, correct?
No, well, you can, when you create an image, you can move it around.
Sounds like you.
Yeah. Can you mute yourself? Whoever's carrying on conversation. All right. Yeah, when you go and do media, the media and text allows you to add pictures. You can only do one. But now if you wanted to add multiple pictures, you can go to gallery. So if you click on gallery, then you can upload multiple pictures into, and just hit. I don't know that one. Just hit your control and then hit open. And then create your gallery. And then you can put your caption on your gallery, and then you can insert. Okay. And then there's your different pictures, and you can change your columns. Like I have it set for 3, but if you wanted it, 2 columns, you can do it 4. If you want them all together, you can put 5. And then, you have your gallery there.
And you can add captions under each one?
Yeah. So when you go to your gallery, you can write a caption, and you can actually put descriptions in there. If you want to put a link in there, you can do that. So it just depends on how, you want it to show. You have this where it says crop your images, where it makes all the images look the same. Same size, same, scheme of things. You have to be careful of that, because if you crop the image, sometimes it will take some of your picture off. You can unclick it, and then it will show its actual true size. So that just depends on how you want to word it. Then you have the option to write your caption here. It will show up on your page, on your picture. So that's, and it'll show, right directly on your picture. So that's how that would, work as far as, creating different captions. Now it says link to, but you really can't link it to anything. We don't have that option to link it to an individual or another page. So they can't, but when you write your caption, if you want to put your caption and put that as a link, then you can definitely do that. And then same thing here, it has the ability to line it, so you can put it in different places if you want it to go with some information. Say you want this paragraph to go with that picture, then yeah, you can change it, that paragraph, align it, and so that it shows you do have some options to play around with. It's just whenever you make a gallery picture and you want to use the wording, make sure that it's directly above the wording that you want to use. So, because you don't, if I wanted to use this paragraph, then it's not going to work. It's going to get the bottom paragraph. So you can do that. So anytime you add media, always look at your toolbar up here. Even if you just did one picture, look at your toolbar and it will station or section your picture. And then you just have to, play around with it to get it to look the way you want it to look.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Any more questions? I want y'all to look at this. Isn't this great? They took crates, pallet crates, and built them together, put a outdoor cushion on it, and made a patio swing.
That is nice. Wooden pallets. Can't believe it. Wow.
Wooden pallets. I was like, whoever would have thought that? My husband throws them away all the time, but they put a 2x4 up underneath it to hold it together, and some metal brackets up underneath it for support. This is cable, thick boating cable cord, and then they put an outdoor, it's actually a child mattress, and put one of those plastic coverings over it. And they got it hanging outside on their oak tree.
Looks comfortable.
Doesn't it though? I said, all you need now is a beach theme back there. I'll be ready to go.
Really?
So, but I mean, this is great. This is what I wanted from my projects, my paid projects page. But I mean, it's just neat the way, and like instead of using pictures, use a shadow box for decorations on your wall. But this is things from people sent to me. Works great. But do we have any more questions? We might actually call it a day early today or on time.
Sheila.
I told you I got some instructors I got to fuss out today. Not fuss out, but put a fire up underneath them. But I want all of you to really consider, once you get your pages, work on it. You should be able to get all of your, modifications and stuff within a week. If you really buckle down and get with the instructor, because Rory really is looking to get Australia up and running. And so that we can get our BRTs and our student lines open 24 hours. And we do need instructors. So if you think that'll be something that you would be interested in once you get used to your own system, please let your instructor know, because we really do need some instructors that are committed to getting these people in. It's just phenomenal how many leads you have access to once you become an instructor. So yeah, y'all really be thinking about that. I know some of you just thinking about it and just thinking, just listening to some of the questions that you asked. Once you get your confidence up, you'll be able to do the same thing because you have the patience to get there. And there's so many people out there looking to do what we're doing. So just be thinking about that. Get your system ready, get it up and going. If it's something that you're comfortable doing, talking to people, let your instructor know, say, hey, I think I'm just about ready, or I'm ready to get the training to become an instructor. We'd really love to have you. Trust me. We would. So, but yeah.
What is BRT?
Build your relationship.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
BRT.
BRT, building the relationship. And all
Sheila,
that.
can I get the link for last week's?
It is on my Facebook page. Not my Facebook, my YouTube. I actually have a YouTube page. Where is it at? I'll find it for you in just a minute. And I'm going to post it down here in our chat. So where you see down here where it says chat up there, give me a minute and I'll find it and put it there for you.
Do we find out how much money it is for, like you were just talking about, the $20, and then it's actually $50, and
your instructor
product a month? I don't get any of that. I don't know.
Your instructor should have went over that with you when you talk with them, because they should have introduced you that. If not, call them, talk to them, say, hey, explain to me how Valentis works. Explain to me how the wine program works.
Okay.
If your instructor is one of my students, you let me know. I'll get on them. Or you can call me and say, explain to me, and I will. But that should have been one of your first initial conversations, at least the wine. Once you get to your health and beauty, your health category, where the coffee shows up, then you could have, called your instructor and say, hey, where do I get this link? Then they should have been able to tell you about the Valentis.
If I talk to my sponsor, does that mean I can never talk to you?
No. No, I'm just a teacher. But no, I'll always be here. That's what I told Roy. I'll always be here. But we all have our students that we try to take care of to the best of our abilities. And, if that should be your first contact is your instructor. And just let them know if you have any questions. And then I'm here as for backup. And
the hardest part was she went immediately to links. And I had not read all the A, B, C, D, of which the first video I cannot get. It's like a second thing, and so I have to go to the second video. So I don't know if that's something wrong with.
Yeah, they're updating. Rory's updating a lot of stuff, and it could just be that one got missed, maybe.
Okay, because that was frustrating. It was number one. He says, read everyone, do not go out of sync. Okay, number one doesn't exist.
Yeah, and that could be because he is revamping a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And I know for the next 2 weeks he's in Australia getting that up and running.
All right, I just felt bad. I felt like, oh no, it's my fault. What am I doing wrong?
You're good, and that's why we started these classrooms too. Is because we are growing so fast, and we know that there's some people are kind of getting bogged down with some stuff. So that's why we do have the classrooms. And that's why I say, if you can't get with the instructor, always, if you have that Skype connection, get with them on Skype. If they don't get right back with you, they do read. We are supposed to read all of our messages before the end of the day and respond back. If they have not, just keep responding. Just say, hey, I sent you an email about so-and-so, or I sent you a text, or on Skype. And then if it doesn't get answered and we're back here on Saturday and you still haven't found your answer, ask me. And I'll do the best I can.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And
that's what keeps me excited about this show. You can find your answer somewhere, some way.
Yeah, we will get you taken care of. That's why I said, I hate leaving if somebody is still confused about something that we went over. But there are just some things that you need to get with your sponsor to explain, to make sure that, because they're the ones that's going to be the driving force, especially with the anchor offers, because they're going to be building your binary residual compensation for you. You will be doing your personal, they'll do the binary. So that's the dual compensation. And so you want to make sure that you have their links, you have their information, because you don't want to get somebody else's link and then your sponsor, your mentor is building, and then you're not being able to work within that link because you did something out of the ordinary. So, you know, that's why you always want to, because I had one student, you know, that they signed up under Rory for their coffee, and because they didn't go to my link. But that's fine, you know, Rory's given me enough, he can have one. You know, but that's
Rory's got enough.
Oh, you can never have enough.
So that's what my instructor said. Rory's got enough money. He doesn't need any more.
Yeah, really.
We all have our challenges, but that's why I always say when you have a question, that should be your first and foremost go-to is your sponsor or your instructor.
I think, you know, sharing screens like the way we're doing sharing is not set up yet. So that's really, really frustrating to me. And I just need to get that done, which doesn't seem to be happening.
Yeah, that should be after your initial sign up. And some people, for whatever reason, can't do share screen. And then they end up using TeamViewer. So there's several different options. You just need to, and it depends on what version of Skype you have, on where your share screen option is.
Well, you and I could.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we need to figure that out. I might she's one of the ones I'm going to call today.
Thank you. And I don't want to get in trouble or get her.
You won't. We'll try and get that. And it could be, you know, depending on what the format is for computers. You know, there could just not be there could be a compatibility issue there.
Or I've called Apple, and I mean, I really have tried, Sheila. I really have.
And we'll figure it out, because we connected. So I know she can, because we connect with her. We connect all the time. So we'll get it straight.
Thank you.
We'll get it straight. And it could be that you we'll get it straight.
Thank you.
All right.
What does binary mean?
Binary means that it's building with a separate leg that connects. So for example, I have 16 instructor or 16 people that are in wine, but not all of them are instructors and not all of them are building, but all of them are still getting their wine every month. Okay, so what that means is they're building up volume. Well, anybody that I've personally brought in, they will see in their wine column that they have a binary wine information. I'll pull it up. I don't mind showing y'all. So we will pull up. All right, let's do our Valentis. We'll do Valentis since that's the cheapest one. So when you go into your Valentis, and your wine program's the same way, you'll have the same information. So you will go to your genealogy, and this is how it shows up. You got your right leg and your left leg, depending on how you're building. This is your binary volume right here, okay? So this is the volume that your instructor and everybody that they're putting in has done over the course of your downline. So however long it's been ranked. This was through January 31, okay? So this is how much binary volume I have. This is how much I've accumulated so far, me personally, to date, starting February the 8th, okay? So it just started Friday morning. All right, so I've already accumulated 20 for me, or it's carryover, okay? I've got 50 for me personally already for February. So at the end of February, when everything's calculated, I will get a commission off whatever this total is that not only I built, but my instructor built, which is Debbie Lazay, and all the people up under her. That's not personally involved with me, but is still in my downline. or my upline. So that's the binary. This is my personal information, okay?
Okay.
So that's what you get paid on. And because I'm ranked silver, I get paid on this if I have 100 BV or 100 personal. Right now I haven't, my loyalty hasn't come out yet. It don't come out till the 20th. So then this will go up to 100. Once that goes up to 100, then this changes. Then that puts me into the compensation plan. So then I get a percentage off whatever this total volume is going to be. Plus I get whatever's left here, paid weekly. This Fast Start gets paid weekly. So I'll get this check, probably comes in next Monday. I'll get that put in my PayPal account. And then at the end of the month, this total compensation will be calculated, and then they'll send that out. It's usually like 7 or 10% of whatever the monetary value is, plus whatever I have. So that's and the wine works the same way. Is you have your binary, which is what everybody else is building other than you. Or above you. And then you have your, what you do personally. And so you get paid personally every week and every month, but then only monthly do you get paid on your binary, which is what everybody in your team is doing.
Okay.
Okay. And the only way that you get paid with your binary is if you qualify. So since I'm a silver, then that means I need to have at least 100 in order for me to get this. If I just went and bought my, or
100 people,
400, 100 personally. You need to do 100 personally to get this. So that means you need to do the starter pack, the loyalty starter pack of 3, which is, and that'll give you your 100 BV, and that's all you need. After you do that, you're set. You don't need to change it, do your loyalty. And then if you have 3 customers that come in every month, that's for 1. If you have 6, that'll cover your loyalty purchase for your 100 BV. And as long as they order every month, you'll be covered.
Okay, your 100 BD or BV?
BV. V is in volume. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you was talking about 100 people, and you said you had 150.
No,
okay.
That's your personal volume, and each packet is 50. So each product is equivalent to 50 BV. But if you get the starter pack, then you get 3 for the price of 2 and still get your 100. So,
the starter pack is at 100 and something.
Yeah, it's the starter pack's like 120 something with tax. I think it's like 130 something with tax. So, like this is my team. And then, these are all the people that have signed up under me, some customers, some not customers. These are the people, now up above me is Debbie Lizzie, who's my instructor. And then she will have a grid that looks like this, but it will have her and all the people she has under her. And then that's her leg. That's where this volume here is coming from, is from her. So this is mine. And then there's people up under here. If I click under here, then it shows, all the people that's under there. And see, that's a pre-enrollee. So that's the thing you want to do. The pre-enrollee, that's just somebody that signs up, but they actually get, every month, they get a report that says, hey, if you had signed up and gotten in as an IR, which is an independent rep, this is what you would have made this month. They get that report.
That's good poke.
So it's good, but it's free for them to sign up. That's what I said. If you have not done that, or you haven't done this yet, tell your instructor, say, hey, I need your tour for your Valentis, and go in there and sign up for their Valentis tour. And then you can see how much money you can make at the end of the month, or could have made. But the good thing about being a pre-enrollee is because you are in their line, if you decide to get in, then you will also be eligible for this binary if you get in before it converts over. and you have. So it's not like you losing anything by being in the pre-enrollee. You still have access, but only when you become a representative will you be able to get compensation. So it sounds complicated, but it's really not. It's just a lot of jargon to say, hey, if you get in,
that's what for you to say. I have nothing but knots in my stomach.
Oh, you'll be all right. It's you know, but it is a good program. And like I said, if you're not real sure, go ahead and sign up with the instructor, tell her, you know, or him, you know, you want to get in on the pre-enrollee. That way you can at least keep track of it, and then put you some fillers out there, you know, advertise your coffee pages, advertise your wine pages, just to get that traffic coming in. Talk with your instructor and say, hey, you know, because there's ways you can do it. You know, that they can keep track of what comes in from your system, what comes in from their system. For any sales you get, you know, just talk with the instructor and try to come up with a plan. If you have ways, you know, save some money. Even with the wine, if you come in as a customer, you still get a link that you can promote. So, I mean, even if you have the $50 come in as a customer, and then as you build your money up, with your link, because, you know, even as a customer, you come in at $20, you can get $20 for every customer you bring in.
Sheila, can I just stop you right there? Okay. In other words, if you do the wine thing and you do the $50 coming in, like you just said, as a customer, every